Ghana police arrest 10 for creating fake food accounts. Also, DVLA to introduce new international documents. And Deloitte refunds Australia after AI report errors. And finally, YouTube lets some banned creators return. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana police have arrested 10 individuals accused of creating fake online food delivery accounts to scam unsuspecting customers, while the suspects allegedly posed as popular food vendors on social media, taking payment for meals that were never delivered. Authorities say the arrest is part of a broader crackdown on cyber fraud and online scams targeting Ghanaians through fake business pages. Ghana's Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority (DVLA) has announced plans to roll out new international driving documents to meet global standards. The new documents, which include upgraded international driving permits and vehicle registration papers, are designed to enhance security, authenticity, and global recognition for Ghanaian drivers traveling abroad. Deloitte is refunding part of its $290,000 fee to the Australian government after an AI-generated report on the targeted compliance framework was found to contain fake references and a fabricated court code. The error, spotted by welfare academic Chris Rouge, appeared in a final report published in July, prompting Deloitte to admit the mistakes and issue a partial refund for the flawed work. And finally, YouTube is allowing some previously banned creators, including those removed for spreading COVID-19 and election misinformation, to start new channels under a pilot reinstatement program. The program applies to accounts terminated under the now deprecated policies following political pressure and congressional scrutiny. And that's it for this week's episode of Emerging Tech Trends on Joy Geek Squad. My name is Denisia Poma Eje. I will catch you same time next week.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. We are in the month of October, which is the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And for us on Geek Squad, tonight we are having a conversation on how you can bank safely online in Ghana. I'm having this conversation with Eric Kwaku Mensah. He's a cybersecurity and financial crime specialist. Eric, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening, and good evening to your listeners
Good
and viewers
evening.
also.
Yes. Good to have you here. You can join our conversation tonight on the WhatsApp number 055 11 11 997. 055 11 11 997. You can send through your questions, your comments. Just join in and interact with us. We are speaking on the topic protecting your money, how to bank safely online in Ghana. Eric, we know it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and for us, it's one aim, educating our listeners and viewers, and then also bringing more awareness when it comes to cyber security. So we want to start first with our current state of affairs in Ghana. How safe is internet banking?
Well, thank you very much. And I first want to talk about the term internet banking.
It's a good idea.
So that when the listeners are listening, they are able to relate to it very well. So basically, internet banking is anything you can do with your bank account via the web or the mobile app.
Okay.
So you use internet, you use the cyberspace to facilitate the management of your bank account. So instead of going physically to the branch, you are doing it on your phone or you are doing it on your laptop. So that is internet banking. Now, to your question, how safe is internet banking?
Yes, in Ghana.
It is, let me use the word, it is reasonably safe.
I like that.
Right. It is dependent on how you use the portal. That is what would make you or make it unsafe. Right. So basically, the basic precautions that need to be adhered to as users of internet banking portals or avenues is what would make you safe, like I mentioned earlier. So if your bank tells you not to, expose your username and password, and you expose it, it will make it unsafe for you because somebody can use that to transact on your account. So, to the question rightly, it is reasonably safe. You have to do the basic precautions to safeguard yourself.
Okay, it's reasonably safe to do internet banking in Ghana. And I like what you said with the example that you gave. Basically, doing anything on your phone or over the web, that is when it comes to your bank transactions, right?
Just to add something briefly, right? I just wanted to add a physical related incident. So, for example, the internet banking portals, the banks have security measures, they have encryption and the rest to it. It's the same way as you have a room, your house. You lock it with a padlock, very, very, very robust or strong padlock, but you put the key under your doormat.
That's when you're leaving.
Exactly. So when someone comes and picks the key from your doormat, regardless of how strong the password is or the padlock is, the person can open it. So the banks have put in the protocols in place. It is left to us to be able to safeguard it by the best practices.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned either mobile app or accessing your bank via the web, or your digital banking via the web. So when it comes to using smartphones or using laptops or desktop computers, right, can we say one is safer than the other? Or
yeah, that is also a very tricky question, right? But largely speaking, or generally speaking, the mobile versions I would say are generally safer. Why do I say so? When it comes to bank mobile apps, a lot of security measures are considered, right?
even before you can put them on the platform.
Exactly. Even before you can host them on the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. There are a lot of things that you have to go through before you put the app on the store. And regularly you have to be updating it, right? So inherently, there are some securities that protect the app on your mobile phone. And even sometimes, right, on those mobile devices, you have to access it via your biometric. And even by your facial recognition related features, right? Good, you can set it up. So it makes it relatively secured. Now, unlike the web app, where it is your laptop, right? Only God knows what kind of website you access on your laptop. And most of these laptops, people have cracked softwares and the rest on it. So you
even though we don't encourage
exactly.
that,
You get it. So you basically open yourself up, right? Unless you practice some kind of cyber hygiene or you practice very good cyber-related best practices. That is what will make your general web browsing experience safe. You have your antivirus, you have all those things in place. So generally speaking, they are all safe, right? All things being equal. But I would more skew to the mobile app because of the increased focus on its safety.
Just to talk about some of the banks, I think they've also put certain systems in place even when you are accessing it over your computers, because there are times that you'll be requested to enter sometimes an OTP, that's one time password sent to your phone and all that before you can even access it over the web. So like you said, all things being equal, it is pretty safe to transact on any of the devices. But it's clear what you have said concerning the mobile applications. Now, someone may be trying to access their mobile application or on over the internet on their desktop, laptop, or even a tablet. When it comes to the use of public Wi-Fi's, the use of public Wi-Fi's, let's talk about it, because we are talking about how people can bank safely. You go to a hotel, for instance, you have access to free Wi-Fi. Sometimes you're in public places and you have access to free Wi-Fi. What are your thoughts on that?
Now, free Wi-Fi for banking-related transactions is a no-no. It's just like you go and stand in the town square or in the market and you are speaking on a phone and mentioning your password, mentioning very sensitive information about yourself. Not all will hear, but those who are closer to you would hear what you are saying in the middle of the market or in the town square. It's the same way when you are using a free Wi-Fi or public Wi-Fi. Scammers they have tools that they're able to use to, infiltrate the public Wi-Fi's and then sniff and get information that you are putting out there. Because, mind you, the internet space, there are a lot of protocols that help in communicating, right? So if you log onto that Wi-Fi and you try to do any transaction entering your username and password, somebody can sit in the middle of that free Wi-Fi and then capture your username and password. Some people think that's not possible. It is highly possible.
It's true.
And it happens all the time. So the advisory is never transact any bank-related transaction or activity on a free Wi-Fi. Either you use a VPN, and I think we spoke about this before, right? Or you use your own mobile data. Don't connect to the free Wi-Fi to do any such transaction.
It's important. I mean, sometimes people just like free things.
Yeah.
And that is why they'll go ahead and want to use that. But like you're saying, we have to just check that, since that one is more susceptible to being, at any point in time hacked or your information being copied. So you just have to check so that you don't fall victim to anyone who is doing anything.
Yeah.
So let us find out. Bank applications, bank websites, when someone is on, how are they able to know if what they are transacting on is genuine or otherwise?
Great. So I'll first pick up from the mobile. Then after that, I go to the web, right? So for the mobile apps, every mobile app that is hosted has someone who has hosted it. So once you go to the platform, let's say you are banking with ABC Bank. I just don't want to mention any bank. In fact, I really want to tell our listeners, right, that Geek Squad is a very good platform that even the banks can come and then talk about what they are actually doing to safeguard them. Seriously speaking, right? So when it comes to web, or let me use the mobile, right? The mobile app, you have to check it and always download the app from the Play Store. Go to the normal Play Store that we all know, Google or the Apple App Store, and download it from that side. Sometimes you have to be very even cautious. Let's say there is a bank that is so popular, right? And they have a lot of downloads. And you go to the App Store and you see an app, and the number of downloads is about 10. It should be suspicious.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's even the first thing for you to check.
Exactly. So just a bit of education, right? When you go to App Store and you want to download any app at all, there are various parameters you can look at.
Yeah.
There's a review. Yeah. There's the rating over there. There's the number of downloads over there. There is the person who developed the app. There are details, specific details in there. So if you are even listening now, right, you can take your time, go to your phone, go to any app at all at Play Store, and then you read. You would have a lot of details about that. So do that to protect yourself. Now, also do not download apps from any random website. Sometimes just moving from even the bank apps, someone will tell you, oh, there's a WhatsApp on this platform. When you download it, this WhatsApp can do everything.
You can
never do
people's statuses and all
that. Never do that. Go to the App Store, or if the bank has made provision to where you can download, because I know some banks have on their web platform, they direct you to download their app. So you have to be very cautious. On the web internet banking platforms, the classic one, always look out for the green padlock. And also look out for the HTTPS.
Yeah, so you're talking about the
URL.
The URL
at the top.
The browser.
The one you see www dot, then the thing follow, right? Before the www dot, there is some icon over there. It's a padlock that is, really locked, right? So these are some few things. And always also, particularly for the web one, look out for consistency in brand colors. I think last week I even spoke about something like that, where when you go to a website that the way the brand is, like Joy, I know your brand colors. And I go and I see that the colors on the website is not exactly. It should just be a caution for you so that you can safeguard yourself and your money.
It's very important, and I think as we are having these conversations, it's good that we also highlight it. Our banks,
Yeah.
do they really spend time in educating customers, especially about online banking scams? Are customers well informed when it comes to this?
Now, analysis of the ecosystem, right, reveal that some banks are doing better than others.
Okay.
Some banks invest in educating their customers. So you see some jingles out there, you see them do a lot of things to make the customer know that when you do ABC, it might land you into fraud, right? But some banks are not doing so much. So this is a call for everybody to be part of the game, right? To support. But most importantly, don't rely solely on your bank for your security. This is to the listeners, right? Take it as a personal responsibility to protect yourself. So even if your bank that you are saving with is not doing the education that you desire, you can learn. There are a lot of avenues out there.
Yeah.
You can read on bank security tips. Sometimes even if you go to the branch yourself, you can ask the bankers that, how do I protect my account?
Yeah.
And trust me, they will freely give you knowledge on that. So take it as a personal responsibility, not necessarily relying on the bank to do all the education for you 360.
It's very important. And if you are listening in and you work with any bank, this is a very good opportunity to partner with us on Geek Squad. We can have you come here and you can talk more about your digital channels and even this education that we are talking about. You can educate your customers more, because sometimes you may go onto either App Store or Play Store and you are wondering which of the applications you want to download for your bank belongs to the bank in Ghana, because there are some banks with different applications for different countries. So it's good if you can partner with us, come on board and let us educate your customers and even our nation as a whole. It will really help, especially during seasons like this when we are having the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. But it doesn't only have to be in October. We are open at any point in time. Talking about the banks, let's focus now on the employees. Sometimes things happen. Fraud, online fraud specifically, and then when it comes to accounts leaks and all that, can bank employees sometimes be involved in such scandals? Can we talk a bit about it?
Right. So you see, like the accounts will say, pardon me for the account, right? Say Mensah will be a fear. Right. So there are unethical people everywhere. Right? It's not necessarily restricted to only the bank. So from the bank side, there are protocols that they put in place. Right. So if you know people who work within the bank, you can ask them. Before you get employed, they do background checks on you. Right? They do a lot of things, security checks, and even the systems themselves. There is something we call maker checker, and all these things in place, right, to protect the customers of the banks, right? But of course, in every society there is Mensah, so there might be instances 1, 2 that some of these things may happen, but even that, there are sanctions to that, and within the ecosystem, you saw employees of some banks even imprisoned because of such malfeasance. So be rest assured, as listeners, the banks are there to protect you.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you have any suspicion, just speak to your managers or your relationship officer and you'll be good to go.
Speaking of suspicions, how often should we check our bank statements in order to spot any kind of fraud early? Should it be
hitherto? I would have given some definite timelines, right? When there were no internet banking that you can't, you have to go to the branch and now go and write that you want your bank statement. But now, as often as possible, because even as it sits now, or as you are listening in your car, you can just pick your phone, go to your bank app, and then your balance is just showing, right? So it's important to regularly do those checks, so that if the amount in your account depletes or something happens, you can quickly alert the bank. Because when it comes to electronic payments, it is about how fast you identify any anomaly and you report, so that you can mitigate any huge transfers from your account. So as often as possible, I won't give a definite time, right?
Okay.
As often as possible, you can be checking. And even for corporates out there, corporate institutions, you should always be checking your bank statements, so that if there is any other in any anomaly in there, you can quickly identify it.
I want us to address a specific group of people.
Yeah.
I know someone pretty young. His problem was he doesn't want to download a mobile application for whatever reason. I don't know. He said he wasn't very comfortable. He rather worked at the bank. Can we address these people? Because you mentioned something that is very key. That right now, for anyone listening in or even watching us, all they have to do is to pick up their phone and they can check. So for the people who have decided to say, as for me, I don't want to even go on to do anything online banking, what do you want us to tell them?
You know what? I understand their fears. But let me say this, right? It is the age we are in now. Technology. And even now, we have this AI, right? Some people will say if you don't adopt now, in the near future, your business will die, right?
It's true.
So it is a technological age. So if you don't like using the mobile app, I will encourage you to use it. Because you know what? Physically going to your branch, there are a lot of risks in it. If you are driving a car, or you're on a motorbike, or on a bicycle, or even walking, anything can happen to you.
Yeah.
Right? The risk alone, even the pressure alone, right? And even the financial,
And the time you
in terms, exactly, you just spend a lot of time to travel to your branch. But once you download the mobile app, or you are doing internet banking generally, just within a split of a second, you can be able to do your transaction. Just to even bring in mobile money related things. Those days when your auntie or your grandmom wants you to send some money, you have to tell them, next month when I come to the hometown, then I'll give to you. But because of digitalization, you can now swiftly send money. So this is the way to go, right? Listeners, this is the way to go. If you are scared of people defrauding you, that is why Joy FM Geek Squad is having this session, so that you can be very comfortable in transacting a lot of businesses using the internet space, and it will save you a lot of pressure. Right?
It's very important that we do that. How often should people change their online banking passwords?
Yes. So, I'll just talk about it from a general perspective, right? At least within 3 months. Right, depending also on the role that you play, you can even do it as often. If it's every month or every 2 months, you can do that. Now, another element is if you suspect that somebody might have chanced upon your username and password or something like that, immediately change it.
Because my next question is, if the person is not changing it, if the person has not at any point in time left it for someone to see it, should they still be changing it often?
Yes, it's important, right? So you see, you don't know when or at what point in time your account have been compromised. There are portals that you can check regularly, compromised accounts. In fact, sometimes it might not even be by your own fault. Sometimes the third-party system you are using will get compromised, and criminals will, harvest all the usernames and passwords. If they are able to crack it, then it means your password is in the public domain, and they can use it anyhow, right? So, to be on the safer side, you need to be changing it. And another critical thing is that when you change your password, don't also use one password for all your accounts. I know as I'm talking, people are very, very guilty. And I know people start thinking, because they have all their platforms the same password. Try to vary it. That is why sometimes we advise that there's something we call password vault. So it's a vault that keeps all your passwords, right? You can Google it. I don't want to advertise anybody's brand here, but you can look at it, password vaults, and then trust me, you would have a lot of things. You'll be able to protect yourself, different passwords, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, that's just good to know. We'll be talking more into details about passwords in our upcoming conversations, not necessarily today. So you just be staying tuned, and we will be updating you on that. So still on passwords, right?
Yeah.
Is it safe, especially because of the online banking that we are talking about, for people to save their password sometimes in the browser? You know, after entering your credentials, sometimes you are asked to save it, right? Or you go ahead and save it on your phone, like the card details and all that. Is it safe to do that?
It is not safe. In fact, it is a no. The fact is that, let me even do the regular phone one, right? Sometimes you go to people's phone and you go to their notepad and you see the passwords. Then they write Facebook equal to, you write the password. IG equal to, write the password. You know, so in fact, when you give your phone to someone who is inquisitive, the person can say, I want to watch pictures on your phone. You give the phone to the person, before you realize the person is in the what? It's in your notepad, and it can see everything in there. So it is not good to save your password in there. Sometimes people even save it as contacts. It's not. And then also, even in the browser, sometimes, you know, when you type your username and password, it tell you, do you want to save it? Never click save, because when you click save, it will be saved somewhere in the browser, and just by 3 clicks I can pull out all these passwords.
It's important when it comes to passwords, as much as possible, keep them in your head. Don't write them anywhere. Don't keep them on your phone or save them in your browser. Like I said, we'll be having more conversations about passwords in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. We'll be going on a quick break. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. I'm having a conversation with Eric Kwaku Mensah, talking about how you can keep your money safe and bank safely online. Stay tuned.
Joy 99.7 FM. For many years, we've been solving Ghana's water storage problems with quality tanks. Syntex tank. You know, it is strong, it's tough, and reliable. And now, we're in to solve the #1 problem when it comes to water carriage: our pipes. With the state-of-the-art machinery, Syntex is providing very strong, tough, reliable, high quality, and durable pipes at a reasonable price. This is Syntex Pipes. With Syntex Pipes, water flows wow. I mean, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. If they carry water, no wahala. With Syntex Pipe, our water problems are solved. Syntex, are you strong? Are you tough?
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
2024 champion! This is where curiosity meets competition, where equations, reactions, and theories collide under the spotlight. The National Science and Maths Quiz is back. Bigger, tougher, more brilliant. From physics to chemistry, biology to mathematics, only the boldest minds can survive the heat. Who will solve their way to glory? Catch every contest live on Joy News, Joy Prime, and Joy FM, and follow the action across our digital platforms. The date is from the 13th to the 30th of October 2025. The 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service. This broadcast on Joy News is supported by NASCO, Vitamilk, Ayuda Hub, Virtual Security Africa, Chopbox Technology, Ambition Consult, German Ozone Medical Center, Ace Medical Insurance, Achimota Mall, Slam Technologies, Family Health Medical School.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. Tonight we are having a conversation on how you can bank safely online, how you can protect your money. And I'm having a conversation with Eric Kwaku Mensah. You can join in the conversation on our WhatsApp number 055 1111997. We are also opening the phone lines. You can call the number 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Eric, coming back to you, and then we'll get to some of our messages. You just on the break, you spoke a bit about fraud conference.
Yeah.
Can we just touch on it just briefly, and then we can get to our messages?
So whatever we are learning here, right, there's a bigger opportunity in November. So on the 19th to the 20th of November, the Certified Fraud Examiners Ghana chapter is organizing one of the biggest gathering of fraud experts, right? So the National Fraud Conference is coming on at the AICC, Accra International Conference Center, and everybody who wants to learn this and more, including those experts within the domain, come around and you will learn so much to beef up your systems and become a very resilient institution, right?
That's so good to know. We received a message from you, Jules Tokoli. Kindly know that our producer will get in touch with you. We also have another message from OKA. It says, a suggestion that would be helpful, particularly for first-time listeners and reinforcing learning for others. How about giving out the full references of acronyms like VPN and URL? Okay, thank you for that feedback. Okay, we'll just touch on it briefly. Yes, please, Eric.
Yeah, so VPN is virtual private network, right? So it's more like a secure tunnel for your internet data. That is why when I was giving a reference to the public Wi-Fi, I mentioned use a VPN. So it is a secure tunnel. Now the URL basically is the uniform. But that's more of a technical front. But URL on a practical novice, for a practical novice, is more of the website. When you go to the website, that long string of characters that leads you to a particular, website for it to open. That is the URL.
What you type in the browser.
What you type in the browser, like www.myjoyonline.com. Yeah. Yes, that is the URL. So technically, the full meaning is the Uniform Resource Locator.
Sure. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll try and also be explaining some of the terms as and when we use them. We have another message from Enyo East Legon. It says, on the issue of free Wi-Fi, what if it's a hotel where you've been given a username and password? Is that okay to use? And she's also asking about airport Wi-Fi. Is that also a no-no?
Yeah, so any public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Of course, the fact is that you don't know who is behind the systems, right? So the best bet is not to use it for financial or bank transactions.
And sensitive, yeah.
Exactly.
Sensitive.
I'm not saying don't use it at all. If you have the opportunity not to use it at all, fine. But when it comes to very sensitive bank-related transaction, don't use free Wi-Fi. Better use your data or get a VPN, which I explained, right, before you can do it. If you it's not urgent, get home before you do your transaction.
It's important. If you know you are sharing any information that is sensitive, then as much as possible, avoid using free public Wi-Fi as much as possible. We are having a conversation on how you can keep your money safe, and we're talking about online banking, how to do that safely in Ghana. You can join in the conversation by sending your question, message, comment to the WhatsApp number 055 1111997. The phone line is also opened. You can call in and ask your question or contribute. You can call the number 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Eric, we want to talk about suspicious, how sometimes some people ignore maybe some small deductions. We spoke about the fact that we should be checking our bank statements as often as possible, right?
Yeah.
Should we be concerned when you see some kind of small deduction, like maybe probably less than 1 CD? You know you've not done anything, you're not expecting anything to happen, but then you realize it's gone.
You know what? Little drops of water make a mighty ocean, right? And I would say it's a cultural thing. Sometimes when even people are paid, and they are paid 2,537 CDs, 45 pesos, that kind of thing, right? They don't even pay attention to the rest. Once they see 2,000 something, that's all.
Okay, we have a caller, so we'll pick the caller and then we can continue. Hi, Bonnie. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
With much concern about the VPN issue, being a virtual private network, we do intrude. So you say, other way around, we should use VPN, although it's private, but later on, we do get intrude.
Can you please turn down the volume of your set so that we can hear you well?
What I mean is, about the VPN, mostly about that, it's a private method that we use.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you do get intrude. So with that, using that at home, how safe can we just check our VPN, knowing whether being intrude or not?
Okay, I'm not sure I got it right, but let me just per the question, the way you asked it, I'm assuming you mean that how safe are VPNs also, so that once somebody is using the VPN, they know that they are super safe. Now, VPNs are also services that are provided by entities, right? So, typically speaking, people would rather even advise you use a trusted VPN service provider.
Not a free one.
Not just a free one also. You get that kind of thing. So there are different levels in terms of security, right? Even sometimes very robust VPN service providers might even have issues with regards to security. So the best bet, and all the conversations we are having here, is just to make you use best practices to protect yourself, right? At all costs. Once you do all these things, trust me, you might not face issues, unless of course really they are targeting you, or you've actually gone to download some VPN from a website that is also malicious. Then that one, you should know that they've actually trapped you, saying that it is a VPN, but they themselves are rather sniffing your data and then using for other things. So let's just be cautious, use trusted VPNs. But like I mentioned, your mobile data can be used, right, to do whatever you want to do. So that is the whole thing about it.
Great. Let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. The fact that people will be seeing passwords and they don't really pay attention to it.
It's important you pay attention to all transactions on your bank account, even including deductions, right? So if it's very small, you have to find out, because perhaps today they deducted card transaction, card fees. Tomorrow, another card fees. Meanwhile, maybe it is every month, but almost every week you are getting card fees. Then it will be a concern for you. So please always check it out. Sometimes even the criminals do something we call testing, right? So if it is card related, they'll do card testing.
Yeah.
So they have compromised your card details. They want to see if truly it works.
Yes.
So they will now do some small transaction.
Yeah.
5 CDs, that kind of thing, to see if it will go through. Once it have gone through, they're like, oh, okay, then it can work.
Okay, we have another caller. Hi, Kobe. Good evening.
Good evening. This program is so insightful. I've not listened for a while. But today, Charlie, especially when the person you are talking to said using public Wi-Fi for public banking, and actually my actual well, now, Charlie, I'm listening. I'm like, because Charlie is very insightful, very, very, very educated. But I want to tell you to tell your news editors. You to give us updates on the NSM. I don't know whether you stopped.
Okay, that will be picked up.
Please.
Our producer will pick that up and then have that conversation with them so that can be taken care of. Thank you so much for your feedback, though. And it's good you are getting the awareness on not using public Wi-Fis.
And we advise all of you listening, keep on spreading the news.
Yeah.
Right, keep on spreading the news.
It's important that we do that. It's very important. Can we talk a bit about OTPs?
Okay.
And talking about bank transactions, there are times that people can call you and say, oh, there's a number that has come on your phone. We are doing this, that. Can you just give us the number?
Yes. So to break it down again, right? OTP is what? One-time password.
Yes.
Right. So hitherto, before you go into your banking platform, you only type your username and password, right? Then criminals were exploiting it. Once they're able to get a username and password, they can go into your system and do whatever they need to do on your account. So security persons came up with the concept of, okay, why don't we create another layer? That is why you always see two-step verification or two-factor authentication, 2FA, right?
Yeah.
Or multi-factor. Because it is like, okay, we are done with the first step. Let's add another step to make it difficult for the criminals.
Yeah.
So that is where they came up with the OTP. So after you put in your username and password, you now have to get another digits or something else.
A password that you can just use once.
Exactly, that you can input to complete the login process.
Yeah.
So here they've made available SMS. That's why sometimes you enter it and then you get SMS on your phone. Or sometimes you even have app authenticators. So there's the Microsoft Authenticator or the Google Authenticator, where after you input your username and password, you open the authenticator, get a unique code in there, and then add it to it. Sometimes, for very robust systems, sometimes they even have physical tokens, which is not fun, but it's a small device that comes up with random numbers. So anytime when you are inputting your username and password, that information is sent to you and then you complete it. It makes it difficult for the criminals to access it. So those of us listening, right, please, if you haven't set up any 2FA, which is two-factor authentication, on your systems, your mobile app, your WhatsApp, your bank app, and the rest, please do well to set it up so that even in case if the criminals have access to it, you still have the 2FA to protect yourself. And don't share it. A lot of the WhatsApp scams that are happening and the rest happens because criminal calls them, tell them you've gotten a code, a 6-digit code, send it to me. Please never share your 6-digit code or those codes that come in, right? Never share with anybody. Once you share it, be rest assured, they will hack your account.
So simply put, at any point in time, when you receive any such information, whether it's through your email, through SMS, WhatsApp, just know that it's for you only. It's not for anybody who will call you on the phone and ask you to give them that number. We have another caller on the line. Hi, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Adobea. Good evening, Eric. Thank you for the education. Yes.
Welcome.
I just wanted to say that we just need to be careful when it comes to what we are doing, because we are in a stage now where almost all the controls that involve financial transactions are being moved to the customer end, and so we need to be very aware and make sure that we double check, and check before we agree to do any of those transactions, making sure that we have dot our I's and then cross our T's. So I just wanted to say it's very good, and I hope that we're going to go on more and look at some of the other aspects of fraud that we face, especially talking about, the deep fakes and other things that are becoming rampant these days. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nana, for sharing that with us.
Super.
Yeah. It's important that we really take note of this, because when it comes to online banking, when it comes to, in fact, doing everything digitally now, we have to take extra care, especially when it has to do with financial services. We have to take caution so that we can be safe. It's important that we do that. Can we just talk a bit about how banks can improve their fraud detection systems to protect customers better? Because some people may not even know what we are talking about at all.
Yeah.
So if someone tries, like we're talking about this OTP, for instance, what are some of the things that can be improved in the bank systems in order to... All right, we have another caller. Hi, Bonnie.
Yeah, hi, madam.
Hi.
Yeah, back then again, just to make a contribution.
Okay.
I'm concerned about this online thing, what being. I would just suggest, anytime you want to make a transaction online, you might not know how you have been try to have your number. So try enter a wrong pin first. Don't go straight and enter your pin, because here there's more hackers trying number. So just try a wrong pin. If you enter a wrong pin and it comes 3 times or 4 times, meaning the line is being charged out. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for that contribution. Yes, can we talk a bit about the banks and what they can put in place for the fraud detection?
So basically for banks, right, I will touch the people, the technology, and then even the processes or systems, right? So on the systems bit, I think much has been said, where they ought to set up more of the 2-step verification, all those security protocols, even the regular alerts, right? So as a bank, you should make sure anytime your customer does a transaction, they should get some alert telling them that this is the amount of money that has left their account, right? I'm answering it from a customer focused perspective.
That's
right?
right.
So do that to help them. Also make it a bit difficult for criminals to social engineer your customers. And that I say you can first start from even education, right? Have regular education with your customers. In your apps, you can have the in-app pop-ups, where once someone opens the bank app to do any transaction, they will have some pop-up. Oh, be careful, fraud, blah, 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 that kind of thing, right? Advisory. That will help. We always keep them on the edge. Like what even WhatsApp is doing. When you get an OTP and you are about to, when the OTP pops up on your WhatsApp, they will tell you if you are not the one who requested for the OTP, don't share with someone. That's a very good practice, right? So you can implement some of these things. And the other side of the people, they need to train the staff, right? So bank need to train their staff to keep them abreast with what is happening.
Yeah, it's important that the staff are trained as well. We will take a listen to the quick tech fixes. We will be back after that.
Hello everyone, I am Michelle Ejekum, and as usual, I bring you some tech quick fixes and tips right here on Joy Geek Squad. In today's digital world, a little caution goes a long way in protecting your data. Now here's how to keep your devices and accounts secure. 1. Use strong passwords. Create unique ones for each account and update them often. 2. Enable multi-factor authentication. Add an extra layer of protection to your banking and other important apps. 3. Update regularly. Keep your phone and browser up to date. 4. Secure your phone. Use a strong lock and avoid downloading unknown apps. Stay alert. Your safety starts with you.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. Still in the month of October, talking about cybersecurity, and our focus this evening has been on how you can keep your money safe by banking safely online. And I'm having a conversation with Eric Kwaku Mensah. Eric, all too soon, our time is up.
Absolutely.
And we just want to wrap up just in about 30 seconds. What will be the final words for our listeners?
Okay, so basically we've spoken so much. Just be careful, just be vigilant, and double check anything that you want to do on your bank transaction. Always, when you face an issue, talk to your bankers, your relationship officers, right? It's so important to engage them. Anytime you have a challenge with your financials on the apps and the rest, don't talk to anybody. Talk to your bank of officials. You can follow me on LinkedIn.
I was going to ask, where can people find you?
Exactly. So I'm on LinkedIn, Eric Kwaku Mensah. I usually post a lot of this educative stuffs on my timeline. So you can also follow me up and let's engage and see how best we can do business and educating a lot of people. Right. Thank you.
It's very important for you, our listeners, viewers, when it comes to financial services, banking online, you must put in the best practices. Keep yourself safe using VPN where necessary. Don't use public Wi-Fi's for very sensitive information sharing and for accessing your bank. It's important that we check this. This has been Geek Squad with your girl, Adobea Biritwum. A very big thank you to my producer, Prince Safo, and a big thank you to the whole technical team, Anita, and everyone else. God willing, next week we'll be back. Before I sign off, I just want to say a sweet happy birthday to my sweet friend, Swadika Ruby Ayari. God bless you so much. Up next is news by Michael Ashali. Stay tuned.